A long time ago, heaven was open for all. There was no distinction between souls. Everyone could enter the sanctum of light. And thus it happened that even an ancient demon, ripped from the primal darkness itself, came to heaven and was merged with an angel spirit born from a dragon's soul. This new being was different from the others, and its soul could feel that the souls entering this holy place were often unworthy of everlasting bliss. Some of them brought corruption and impurity with them, and even though the everlasting light was too great to be corrupted by such minor influences, the new being saw fit to break free from the warm comfort of the light's embrace. And as he left, or fell as many would come to call it later, he brought down with him those who shared his beliefs and were fit to worship him. Thus he took a universe that he saw fit to rule. He took planets and suns and crushed them together into an ever-burning field of fire and death, where no living thing could survive. Then he filled the abyss underneath with pure primal darkness, and his new domain would come to be called Hell, and its ruler would be named the Devil. And there, on the peak of the highest mountain range, he built his dark cathedral, from which he watches over his creation. And every soul that wishes to enter into heaven must first face his judgment. Those who fail to present a pure heart will be twisted and turned by his essence into what humans call demons.
Hello and welcome, my boys and girls, my grumps and ghouls. For this build of the Dark Lord Cathedral, I actually chose Oasis Springs and Little Notre Dame, which I've downloaded from the Sims library. I do not remember from who, so I apologize. First thing I did, of course, was try to turn everything black. I see a white church and I want to turn it black. Well, you know, because the Devil's Cathedral would obviously not be white. He's too much into dark, gothic, edgy kind of stuff. Poser. Oh yes, I remember that. Coloring every single one of these. So annoying. But I still had to do less work than I had to do if I just, build it all from scratch, so... The price you pay for trying to be efficient. It's coming along nicely, don't you think? Slowly turning dark. Oh, there's some werewolves on it already. It's been a while since I made that speed build, to be honest. Couldn't quite remember what I did. Yeah, remove all that green stuff. Like this is supposed to be hell. All right, we're gonna turn this into a building in hell. We're gonna turn this entire piece of land into hell. Of course, a small piece of it, you know what I mean. Yeah, the interior is not really perfect, so yeah, first things first, I had to delete a lot of stuff, because of course his throne is there at that in that space. All the statues and chairs and stuff, I had to move them around a bit. Oh yeah, I had to like increase the exterior a little bit. It was too small inside, so I had to make it bigger. Moved some columns around. I think they're called columns and not a native English speaker. Yeah, I made these things bigger. This was a lot of fun, actually. It was a lot of work, but it was also a lot of fun. Creating this big, majestic building. It's actually made out of hell rock. That is not like a magical rock, it's just like... how do I explain that? It's kind of a volcanic, kind of black rock. I wonder if that's the reason this one group of bankers calls themselves BlackRock. Sorry, not mixing in hell and quote unquote real life lore here. Shouldn't do that. I might get sued. Oh yeah, now the windows. I had a problem because the windows are actually like quite tall. And the Sims, at this time at least, didn't have windows that were actually fitting in size for, you know, what it looks like, what I wanted it to look like. So, yeah, I had to cheat a little bit here and there. Use some move objects. Yeah, I made that space a little bigger. I don't really know what I did to the top. We'll see. Oh yes, turning the spikes black. The statues. Beautiful. Just give it this touch of darkness. Oh yeah, the candles must be red. That is very important. Yeah, I'm not sure if there should be candles when I think about it. Well. And turning stuff black. Still, yeah, that was a lot of work, actually. I remember that. It was kind of torturous at times. Get it? Get it? Never mind. I must say, whoever built this little Notre Dame, beautiful. Beautiful work. Couldn't have done that. Seriously. I'm better at changing things and reshaping them than just making something from scratch. I know that person usually used the actual Notre Dame Cathedral as a template. Is that how you say that in English? But still way more creative than me. Yeah, experimented a little bit with the arches around here. Like this wouldn't go, this wouldn't fly in our world, but in hell, who cares? Like no one cares about safety hazards, literally no one. Safety hazards are not a bug, they're a feature in hell. Always remember that. Kinda had to remove the stained glass. Because The Sims, of course, doesn't have, like, stained glass satanic imagery. Yeah. But, I think neither does Hell, so it's fine. Yeah, I tried to give it at least a little bit of inside decoration, because it's really barren, actually. It's not really much inside, but it feels so empty. Well, it's just a few skulls lying around on the ground. I think not even that. Oh yeah, that was kind of a doozy. Okay, You see, the devil has his throne on this platform. It's really pretty big platform, actually. And every time I try to place, you know, a platform... Yeah, I tried to use this one, but it wouldn't fit. That's what she said. So, yeah, I had to somehow create a platform, and that would always delete, like, the walls behind the throne, and that was really annoying. But I kept going because I'm really stubborn and possibly an idiot, I don't know. But in the end, it will all work out, kind of. Like, I deleted a lot of stuff over and over again because... Yeah, it just... it's a pain in the ass, you know? Trying to build this thing, trying to reshape this thing properly. I mean, it's not my fault. Why does he need a platform for his stupid throne anyway? Oh, look at me. I'm the Lord of Hell, and I need to sit higher than everyone else. Like, do you know that he's like 150 in meters? Like, how small that guy is. Yeah, I shouldn't make too much fun of that. I know I'm banned from Hell and all, but seriously. He might try to mess with me. He can be petty sometimes. Petty? Petty, I think that's the word. Oh yeah, I tried to smoothen the edges of this because sometimes Sims 4 is really, really not cooperative when I'm trying to do something. Yeah, looking for the right chair. Can't say I really found it in the end, but I work with what I can. Oh yeah, all the benches and stuff that doesn't really, you know, exist. Yeah, I remember putting that stone thing up there as like an artifact from one of his conquests, like a magical artifact. Oh yeah, I was not sure if I should really remove all the benches since, you know, remember that what I said before, the cathedral is really empty. Like, he doesn't really have stuff in there. I mean, he has a lot of stuff in his basement. Oh yeah, that circle in the middle, that is where he summons souls to. Like, he summons the souls into that circle, and then he judges them. You know, turns them into angels or demons by burning away their, you know, their good or their bad side, depending on it. He purifies souls mostly by, you know, splicing it with his own essence. And that dark essence will either burn away everything that's everything good that's left inside you if your heart is weak and corrupted, or if your heart is strong, it will burn everything else away, and that's how you turn into an angel and can go back to heaven or something. I'm not really sure. He's sometimes I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how it works, but he's known to be a little odd. Maybe there's more to it than we know. I tried to decorate it a little more because, again, there's not much decoration. Actually, most of the decoration for this building is on the outside. He has a lot of statues of demons and fallen angels outside on the facade of the building, but I couldn't really do that in Sims 4, obviously. Didn't really have much to work with. Oh yes, that's where the funny part begins. Now we're starting to do the basements. Those are really fun basements when you're a demon. I mean, not when you're not, but I mean, fun is not supposed to be, hell is not supposed to be fun for anyone, except us, you know. Well, not me, I'm banned, but you get the point. Ooh, more colorizing things dark. Sorry, I was getting nostalgic for a moment. still not entirely sure what the roof looks like, to be honest. It's hard to remember these things when you haven't been there for a while. Everything's so fuzzy. I mean, it's literally the only real building in hell that has, you know, existed for an extended period of time. Everything else is constantly crushed and burned and destroyed. Nothing there is really stable. There's no such thing as consistency. He is the only constant. The devil. Yeah, I remember I had to remove some of these fairy statues. And I put a lot of demon statues up. I didn't really have much variety back then. I think The Sims 4 has a little bit more, like a few more statues to offer now. But back then, yeah. I didn't have a tool mod, and I barely used debug items at the time when I made this. So, yeah. Had to remove some windows in the lower floor because the only one who like gets to have windows that go from the top to the bottom is he, of course. I don't really remember if there were curtains. That doesn't really make sense, I think. I really don't remember if the curtains are a thing or not. Might have been that I just added this because I made characters to live in this place. Like Sims 4, I created Sims 4 characters to live in this place. And, you know, I think there were vampires. Oh yeah, that's why I'm turning this into a vampire nexus, volcanic activity, of course, and no electricity and water and stuff. Because it's hell, you know? I mean, what am I supposed to say? Called it the Dark Citadel for now. Yeah, that was the original text. Remove a lot of that. Wasn't sure what to put in that description, to be honest. Oops. Okay, that was a little editing error. Funny. Right. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, thus I remember that. So now I tried to make this more hellish, of course, so I started to build this volcano-like structure. And then I had to, you know, flatten it so the building would actually fit. And then every time I tried to, like, download it to put it on top, it didn't work because Sims 4 doesn't work like that. Then I tried this, you know, but I realized after a while of doing this that certain things on the building would just, you know, would just collapse. Like they would just be deleted by the game. So I tried back and forth putting it on kind of a mountain top, but as you can see, like in this shot, a lot of stuff just disappears from that. I tried to mostly, as good as I could, recreate the actual surroundings because there's a little bit of mountain range behind it. Like it's not completely on top of that mountain range. It's just like in the highest possible spot that has enough space for a building like this. This is where I built some beautiful stairs that I find pretty accurate actually to the original. At least the first part of the stairs. I think there's a small bit of stairs leading up to it. But again, like I said, everything in hell is constantly like twisting and turning and breaking apart, and so it's not really. I think those stairs are not really useful for anything except, you know, right in front of the building. Like I said, it's the only thing that, you know, really is. Oh yeah, I tried to, that was a moment ago I realized what happened, that so many stuff broke off and then I was like, ah, screw it. And I just stopped and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make a little bit of, you know, rock around it to make it look the part, and I don't care about it being on top of a hill or a mountain anymore. So I called it black, you know, because, you know, hell is like constant dark blackish hellscape. Hellscape. And yeah, that was the most fitting color actually. We had a little bit of road going through there, like some broken up stones. Wasn't quite sure how to make this. Yeah, the statues are still not happy about the statues overall, but yeah. Oh yeah, pull that forward because that looks more like it. It doesn't really have this balcony up there. Yeah, started to use a little bit more debug items. I don't remember finding anything particular except rocks. Yeah, put a lot of rocks around it. I think there's a piece of the recording missing because we just jumped to and suddenly there were rocks. So I think I didn't record for like 10 minutes or so while putting these rocks down. But it's not really that tragic. I took the spiked rocks because that's pretty much, you know, Hell's landscape is really rough. You know, it's I mean, if you're a free climber and you love high levels of toxic radiation and dark magic in the air that could instantly kill every living organism, then you might love climbing a mountain there. I mean, I don't think someone like this exists, but sure. So, and that's basically the top. I can't make glamour shots of it because it's on my old computer, and my old computer is a little bit broken at the moment. I just have this recording, so look at it. Really suck it in. Alright. Here, what you just saw was a picture of the Hellforge. Yes, there is a part of the recording missing. Where's the part where I did all this? Yeah, I did his torture basement, like underneath, right underneath. Just wait, just a second. Right underneath is the dark prison. It's just called the dark prison. Or nah, that's not the dark prison. The dark prison is actually one level deeper. This one is the what's it called? It's basically an experimentation room. You can see the cell blocks. Like he tends to keep the abominations he sometimes creates accidentally in there. That is when someone's soul is not completely consumed by his darkness, either intentionally or not, they create these horrible abominations, and he likes to keep them down there and experiment with them to see what kind of unique powers and abilities can be extracted from their souls. This is not the time for a belly dance. Love you too. Sorry, my wife needed to come in shirtless and make a belly dance.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Okay. Moving on. As you can see, there's a cauldron in the middle of the magic circle. What I'm trying to do here is recreate the Hellforge from Diablo 2, because I like that design. But I quickly realized that what I'm doing there is it's not working. So I actually, after a while, oh, there's the cell block, that's the dark prison. But I think we'll see a little bit more of that later. Yeah, this is not going well. This is supposed to be the Hellforge again, like, you know, where things can be made, like soul stones and weapons and stuff. There's a lot of stuff that can be made with the Soul Forge. I might go into more detail in the Soul Forge video because I decided to make that a separate video. I actually went to another map and created a Soul Forge there and later put it in. Yes, this is where I decorate the prison a little more. Yeah, there it is, there it is. The Soul Forge I made off screen basically. I'll put this in another speed build if I find the time. yeah, I wasn't really happy with it. I actually made a new one. I recorded how I made a new one, but I can't put it in this map anymore because, again, this map is on my old computer. So yeah, this is not great, but I tried to have something creative and dark looking here that at least resembles a soul forge in some form, but I think it's just weird. Still, it looks creative. I must say, I've been having fun making this. Not been happy with the result again, but well, you can't have everything, you know. Some gravestones and some creepy hands. Very nice. The soul forge is mostly used to create soul stones, or well, it was. It's not really needed for that anymore. Soul stones, creating soul stones is pretty easy nowadays. It's of course made to create a redstone, or a red soul stone. That sounds like they're playing Minecraft down there. No, it's used to create a red soul stone, which is of course made from the souls and life force of sinners. It's basically universal fuel. Yeah, it's fuel and currency for a lot of people in the multiverse, actually. A lot of people like vampires and demons and whatnot. You'll be surprised. Yes, there's put that one as a red soul stone in the cauldron. I wanted to create the atmosphere, you know. Now I'm just tweaking some details and... oh, that's it. Okay. That was my speed build of the Dark Cathedral. Again, I can't do any glamour shots because computer mess-ups. And yeah, I hope you liked it. I hope you have a spectacular day. And yeah, remember, don't fuck succubi. Bye. And on the highest peak of the highest mountain rage against the machine. And there, on the highest peak of the highest mountain rage. Test recording. Why is this like the mouth is constantly moving even though it's completely silent? Okay, now it's stopped.